Hi Management 7330 students, this is Steve Wagner, your professor, and this is a brief video tour of our course shell. And our class this semester is on HR Analytics and Performance Management. I want to give you a little tour around the Blackboard shell because it's going to be where most of our activities take place in this class. This is a hybrid class, and most of the class is done in an asynchronous online fashion like you would in a typical online class. But we will also have 4 live class sessions during the semester. Our first is on Thursday, August 28th, and that's in classroom D34180. If you live at a distance or can't attend for some reason, you can join us remotely. I'll also be posting a recording of those in-person sessions. But again, most of this class is done online, and so you really should be familiar with how to use Blackboard. If this is new to you, you may want to use some of the student training materials on Blackboard. You can find those in the orientation section. Some of the major items on our main menu, which you can see off to the left here. Now, sometimes when you open up, that might be missing, and you can see there is an arrow here that allows us to open and close that main menu. This menu is broken up into a number of different areas: general course information, course activities, communications, and resources. And at the very beginning of the general course information is this orientation material. And I encourage you to take the time to go through and read all of this. It's got very good, useful information about technology and where to get help with technology, some tips on how to be successful in the class. One I really want to point out to you is this access to Microsoft Office products. You get training, you get free access to Office 365 with your enrollment as a student. And so we're going to be using that quite a bit in this class, as you will in many of your other classes in our curriculum. So it's good to make sure you're using that. Now, some other things in the main menu that you'll want to pay attention to are the syllabus and the schedule. You can see that I've got both Word and PDF versions here that are listed. One thing that you'll see on the syllabus and the schedule is while there is a textbook on the syllabus, we're not using it until the second half of the class. The first half is going to be done with various course readings that are posted. Those will be posted in the module, but you can always get access to all of those course readings that are outside of the textbook that are assigned here in this tab under the folder Course Readings. You'll see that it lists the module and the reference and provides you a PDF for each of those. Okay, so being, of course, familiar with the syllabus and schedule is something that you'll want to take some time on, and we'll talk a little bit about it during our live session on Thursday also. So hopefully you can preview ahead of time and see if you can come with any questions. If you have questions at other times, my instructor information here gives you a quick link to my email and my work phone number, and talks about my office hours. Those are going to be on Thursdays from 5:30 to 7 prior to our class, so they will be online, and they will be through the Class Collaborate link. You can see that instruction here. I've provided you a link. Or if you go down on the main menu under Communications, you can see here this Class Collaborate link. We'll look at it a little later. When you open the class, you'll always land on this announcements page. It's good to keep up and review the announcements. It tells you what's happening most recently in the class. Now, in terms of the activities of the class, the main area that you should be looking through is this course modules. And when you click on that, you can see that the first course module is showing. These modules will open per the listing in the schedule. Again, if you want to read ahead, you can always go back to the assigned readings that are in the syllabus and the schedule tab, and you can read from there. But when you go in here for module 1, you'll see that it has a structure. It starts out with an overview and then it lists a number of activities and typically culminates in some kind of assignment or multiple assignments that you might have. I always like to start out with some module learning objectives. These are MLOs. This is an abbreviation that I use and that you can see throughout, where I try and keep track of what are our goals or our objectives for learning, so that the activities that you do and the assignments that are given are meaningful and connected purposefully to our objectives for your learning. And so you can see those listed here. From there, I ask you to do a number of things here. I'm pointing you to the orientation section, to the syllabus and schedule. And typically I'll have some different learning materials. Sometimes they might be PowerPoints. Here we've got the assigned reading for the week, which is a PDF file. And then we have a video that is of the author of our assigned reading for this week. In doing this, this should help you to experience the readings in different ways, through video, through different audio-visual types of activities. Included is that I always try and include some videos of myself and reflect on many times the readings that we have. And so this is, again, in this first module, we'll be talking about the usefulness of performance appraisals. Here's this video presents a little story of my experience with performance appraisals. You'll also talking about that during our introductions discussion board. This is one of the assignments that we have, so you should be sure to do that. And here you see I've got a link to our class Collaborate for our in-person session that's on August 28th at 7:30. I'm going to treat that like a high flex type of class where I'm recording it and streaming that through this link. It will be recorded. I want to make this class as accessible as I can to as many students as I can. And some of our students need in-person sessions for requirements of their visa. Sometimes it's just they need it in terms of their learning style. And so whatever it is, I want to, again, have some in-person sessions, and these are available to all of you, and I want you to participate. I will be taking attendance, but there is nothing that is in the grade for that attendance. So please come and participate and ask questions. It's just another way of learning this material. If we go back to our main menu, as I want to reiterate, most of the time you should be going through these course modules each week. There are other ways to access the different assignments. And so I have a series of folders here that provide an alternative route. But again, I'd like you to go through the modules each week because they present you with the readings, and they present you with videos of me and videos of others and other multimedia that is meant to accentuate the readings and help to make you learn more about the topic at hand. Of course, there's the grades, and you're familiar with grade books. My goal is to get grades posted to your assignments within 1 week of the deadline of that assignment. And I will be sending out emails, just letting you know when grades have been updated. There are many ways to communicate. Again, this class Collaborate is how we're going to do our video teleconferencing during class and also during office hours. And so you can always click on that. And when you see that opening, you can see that there is a link for my office hours that are every Thursday from 5:30 to 7, and they are online. And then for the various in-person, online, live class sessions that we'll be having again 4 of those throughout the class to supplement the learning, to serve all the student needs. Those will be available through this link also. As you can see, they will become available closer to the date of that actual event occurring. Other things you can see here in terms of communications, of course, you can email me. Just be aware when you email through Blackboard here, it's going to email out into Outlook. And when I respond, it's not going to, my response isn't going to be in Blackboard, it's going to be to your Outlook. And so you can initiate an email to me in here, but my response is going to be to your GovState email address. There's lots of other resources here you'll see that you can use. There's a link to the library, and there's different student resources. These can help you to learn more about Blackboard. So if you want some tutorials on that, you can find them here. They'll show you how to get Blackboard on your phone and use all of the different apps like Collaborate that we'll be using during this class. Again, I want to thank you for being part of this class, and I want to encourage you to communicate and to connect with me both through our live sessions that we're going to have, through office hours, which are a time for you to come and ask questions about the course material, confer with me to get help with assignments. Of course, you need to be kind of up to date and be doing the work as you go to be prepared to do that. And so I want to encourage you to do that. But fundamentally, what's most important is that we communicate. And I think if we do that, you'll find that the course is laid out in a manner that should help you to really take in this material and make it useful to you in your career. I look forward to working with you and meeting you, and I hope you have a great day. I'll talk with you soon. Bye now.